Alright, hello everyone, my name is Alison and today I'm doing my 8-week pregnancy updates. If I start blabbering a lot, I might just do a 7-week update, but I think I'll have time for both in this video. Also, there's always a glare on my glasses. I don't know, should I take them off? Maybe I'll just take my glasses off for the video. We will see. It's a messy bun kind of day as well. So with all of that being said, I am going to talk about weeks 7 and 8, and now that I am past them, I can look back and kind of talk about them more. There's a lot of development with the baby in these 2 weeks, and it is just so crazy how much happens. So week 6 was the ultrasound at 6 weeks and 4 days. Yeah, that was crazy. The first time seeing the baby, and we got to see its heartbeat. I never had that experience before. My first pregnancy, there should have been a heartbeat and there wasn't when we went in for that ultrasound. So anyway, that was awesome. And week 7 started out interestingly. So I was dizzy and nauseous, and food just wasn't always settling that well. That's kind of been a recurring thing. I talked about this in my last pregnancy update, but like I made a meatloaf, and I love meatloaf, and it tasted good, but for whatever reason, it just didn't settle well. And then if I tried to eat leftovers, it would just be like, oh, disgusting. Even though it tastes good, the flavor I know is good, but it's just like gross. And so that's a hard thing to explain. I'd say that's been like the biggest surprise to me in my first trimester, is the way that cravings and aversions have worked for me, or what I would call my cravings and aversions. It's just totally different than I ever expected. So that's been interesting. But yeah, dizzy, nauseous. There was like no in between for week 7 of feeling, and really since then it's been the same way. But I am just like having a good day. I hardly feel any nausea or anything, or I'm kind of down in the dumps, like I'm pretty sick. So also just continued to have sore breasts, and this is really when irritability started to kick in for me, I feel like. Just a little bit of that short fuse, I guess. Not really like getting angry per se, but just like irritable. Like it's easy to push my buttons. And that's pretty much it for how I was feeling week 7. I didn't write a ton of stuff down, but I continued to deal with I think I was continuing kind of with the discharge and the weird stuff going on a little bit, although I didn't really talk about it too much in my notes here. Alright, and then the baby for week 7, so exciting. The size of like a small, it says different apps say different things, so like a blueberry or a small raspberry, or a good way to think of it is a dice, but like a small dice. But anyway, also about ½ inch, I would say maybe like that's about ½ inch, I don't know, about ½ inch long from crown to rump, so like head to butt, is the baby's length at week 7. And some of the like highlights are that the baby was starting to form some cartilage, and it's it was not bones, but like cartilage before the bones. Also the heart and the kidneys were really developing this week, and the arm and the legs started to get some joints in them as well. So lots of cool development for week 7, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of like breezing through all of this, but I really don't have a lot to report besides what I'm saying, and so I'm going to go ahead and jump into week 8. So yeah, it's honestly so crazy how fast the first trimester is going. Yes, I'm taking things day by day, and it feels slow sometimes, and I'm like, get me to my next appointment, because it's just, yeah, so crazy. With week 6, we scheduled the next appointment for the next ultrasound, and kind of like my first overall appointment for 9 weeks and 4 days, so 3 weeks exactly after my first ultrasound. So that wait is hard to be waiting for 3 weeks. But I know that that's like how a lot of appointments go, is every 3 or 4 weeks or so. So it's just kind of prepping me for that. But yeah, getting into week 8, I wrote down height and smell, but I feel like this comes and goes. Like every once in a while I get a whiff of something, or I think I smell something a little bit maybe stronger or whatever than I normally would have before pregnancy, but it really comes and goes. I feel like I've had a little bit of congestion on and off, and so it's like height and smell, but also congestion. So sometimes I can smell things, sometimes I can't. It really just depends. But yeah, I think it's also more just like, I wrote that down, but I think it's more of like a sensitivity to smells, because there's no certain thing that really bothered me, but Luke would sit down next to me with food on his plate and I wouldn't be eating, and depending on what it was, I'd be like, please, I have to go away or you have to go away. The smell is just a little too much for me right now. Can we get some more air between us right now? So yeah, I have to sneeze. Okay, excuse me. Also, week 8 was rough. So with the infection, I did get antibiotics during week 7, but I didn't decide to take them. I took them one day, I think, during week 7, and it just really freaked me out because, I don't know, it freaked me out. So I had like this, the short term for it is like Metrogel. It's like an intravaginal gel antibiotic, and I just didn't like that. I don't know, it made me uncomfortable. And that's not really something I didn't have the opportunity to talk to my doctor about it too much when she prescribed it, and so I just didn't take it during week 7, even though I probably should have. And then during week 8, I started to take it, and I was supposed to take it 5 nights in a row. I think I did 4 nights in a row because I already did it once the week before. I probably did it wrong, whatever, which is why I continue to deal with this infection. But yeah, that medicine made me really, really sick. The more I took it, the more it was in my system, the more I got sick. And so week 8, days 2 and 4, or roughly days 2 and 4, I don't know. That's another thing I'll explain here in a second. But anyway, or at some point. But I was really sick, and that one day was really, really rough. I just do not like getting sick. But anyway, let's just move on to the baby for week number 8. So week 7, it's about 1/2 inch. Week 8, it is 0.63 inches. So getting a little bit bigger. It's really exciting. And the arms and legs are continuing to form and develop even more. Toes and fingers are also getting less webbed. So, they start out kind of as just little paddles, and then the fingers and toes start to develop, but they're webbed, and that webbing starts to go away around week 8 or so. And then the tail also starts to disappear. So around this time, it is almost gone. And it said, my apps that I have Ovia and the bump, were saying that the taste buds were starting to form even, which is crazy. 8 weeks. This baby is 0.63 inches, like less than an inch. And to think that it is starting to form taste buds, like what in the world? Also it said like the ribs and the spine were starting to form, so like the skeletal system is starting to come in even more, which is also insane. So that is weeks 7 and 8. Last week I did a weekly, just 1 week for the update, because with an ultrasound especially, there's just a lot to talk about. But if there's not a lot going on, I'll probably combine. So I don't know how many updates I'll do in my pregnancy, if I'll do weekly or bi-weekly more often or whatever, but I do really enjoy these. I think it's fun to look back on and just to have, to record it, because I am writing things down, but I think once I get talking about it, I can kind of elaborate more and just say things that it's fun, and it's a nice opportunity to talk more. So that is it. If you are 7 or 8 weeks pregnant, I would love it if you would hit subscribe down below and join me on this journey. And I definitely go through all these other pregnancy updates from people each week as I turn, a new week. I'm like, oh, let's look up pregnancy updates, because it's really fun and sweet and special to just go along the journey with someone else and hear what they're feeling, and if it's similar. I really do have days where I'm sick or I'm not feeling good, and then I also have days where I hardly even feel pregnant. I don't really have a bump. I think I have some footage of a bump or so that I can share for this week, but it's not really much, so I will add that in. I am filming this a little bit later on than 8 weeks pregnant, so I don't want to show you my bump right now, because I don't want it to mess with things. So I'm just so amazed that I'm pregnant, and it still doesn't really seem like it seems real. I've known for a while, 4 weeks now, a month, which is crazy. I found out at 4 weeks and 1 day, so being where I am, I've known for a while, and it's just so insane. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a great day, God bless, and I will see you all later. And yeah, all right, bye.